Hello, hello. We are back. Week 11. Scrapbusting with Melina and Gail. But I'm a few days late. As I said on my Roxy's, if you watched that. Been a rough several days here for me. And I've just have not been up to doing much of anything. Especially anything that requires patience. Anything of that nature. So I am behind, but I'm catching up. So this week, one of the things that Melina did was using how to use book page. Pardon the glare there. Didn't think that out when I was choosing this particular book page. This is out of a quilting book. I like the two images on the back, so I'm not going to worry about that. So that's why I chose this side to display. This is acrylic gesso in white. This belongs to my daughter. This dries as a matte. So it's not glossy. Gesso is basically acrylic paint and glue. So this could be any color you want it to be. You can buy it in colors. Or you can make it in colors. I could add color to this if I wanted to. So Melina's this week is how to use a book page in your journal by using gesso. So this does take a little bit to dry, so that's why I'm going to do it first. I'm going to set it aside. And I have a video in my playlist about how to use book pages that have questionable content. How to still use them in your journal by putting gesso on them and covering up the wording. You see, it's got some that shows through still. Some of the wording still shows through. I should have a cup of water in here for this, but you can see some of the words you can still see that is a book page, that their words do show through, but you'd have to really, really, really get your face down in there if you're wanting to read what it says. Pardon me while I go set that into a cup of water. I set this off to the side to dry. Okay. While I work on Gail. So Gail, she did a decorative page edge. And what she started with is a strip of paper, cardstock, heavyweight copy paper, whatever you choose. 8.5 tall, so as tall as your or as tall as your journal. If you're only doing if you're doing a mini journal, make the shrink it down both height and width. This is an 8.5 by 1.5 inches wide, and designed to go, on the edge of a page. Now, I'm glad I looked in here, so that way I know I'm decorating that way and not that way, because if it was going to be going on this side, I'd want to decorate moving that way, right? But since it's going on this page, I'm going to decorate in that direction. Your base doesn't matter what it looks like because it is all going to be covered. I brought my labels out. So I don't want to go that way because I would be so inclined as to cut those edges off. So I'm going to stick with squares and round stuff as much as I can. So I'm just kind of going through my metal stamp album here. Just looking for, just some decorative stuff. And it just like spilled everywhere. Now back to this page. It was like, something round on this end, maybe. I'll put right there, though. pocket. See, everything's, my pocket came unglued. Let's not glue my stickers in. My labels. Yeah, let's go with that. Some of these are stickers. Some of these are not. Like this, this, and this, and this are not stickers. The rest, this is not a sticker. This, these three, and these two are stickers. So I guess I kind of want to keep that in mind back here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go snip across there, and I'm going to leave the paper attached to the rest of that sticker. Because that's going to be hanging off the edge of the page. And we're not cutting that off. So I want it to be sticky. Same with this one. You know what I'm just going to do? Instead of fighting with the sticker, let's just and just glue it down. Okay, that goes there. This. And I'm not gluing all the way out because, again, part of that is going to be sticking out beyond the page. This is going to go to about there. This is also another one of those crafty things, and I'm like, I'm on the fence as to whether or not I like them. Okay, so this I'm gonna go, and I am gonna trim some of this off on this edge. I want the coffee stain part on there. And again, I'm not gonna fight with the back. Of the sticker. I'm just, yeah. I am not in the fighting mood today. Okay, then this down here because I'm going to put this one down first because those other two are going over the top of it. Let's see, what is this? This is going over the top of this one. So wanted that one on top because of the labels or the shape. This is cardstock, and I used my label stamp to frame out the image on the front of that cardstock. And this one, I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. I'm not going to fight with it. This goes all the way down. Thank you, Pam, at the Paper Outpost, for giving me permission to not fight with my stickers and to just glue them down. And then this round one, I'm going to put here. Probably going to get a little bit of glue overhang. I could have put it here, but I'm just going to snip that little round piece, half a round, little edge there. Okay. Now that this is wanting to come off, just glue it down because I don't want it to come off. Glue that down. Let that sit and dry. This is now just about dry. There's a couple spots here, but you can see just a little bit of stuff coming through. So as your first coat dries, if you're reading that, so say you're using a book page that is a little racy, for example, if enough of the wording is still legible, you can always go over it with the second coat of gesso. Do a second layer. It's like doing a second layer of paint on your walls. Or like I said, or you can color your gesso, put a couple drops of ink in it, or, add some colored acrylic paint to it. Go over it with a second layer of colored gesso over the white sporadically. You could do that too. You could paint designs with the gesso as well. Like one of the things Melina did was she painted a heart with the gesso in the center of her book page, and then doodled in the center. So many things, but basically what this does is it gives you a surface to work with. Now I have stamps somewhere lost in my pile. It's time for me to clean my desk again. used those yet. I haven't used them. Let's not start now. So not using an acrylic block. But that's okay, because this, for example, so this, I'm going to stamp down here on the part of the page where there is no gesso. And then I'm going to turn it. I'm going to do it right here where there is. Hopefully you'll be able to see the difference between the two. So this is straight on the paper. This is on the gesso. This is still wet. This is already dry. Even though this was stamped second, it's already dry. And that's because it has that matte surface to hold on to, whereas this has got a glossy surface that's got to adhere to. Excuse me. I really should be doing this with an acrylic block. But I don't feel like getting it out. This is also a brand new stamp. So it should be primed first, but oop. Got a little smeared because I moved it. I bumped it. But so it gives you a gripping surface. You could write. This is a gel type pen, but normally when you would write on, because I'm a lefty, so say I write, see how quickly it smears, right? And then if I go right over it, it smears. Still smears. Not quite as badly. But so you can write over the book page. And it makes it a writable surface, a journaling surface. As I sit here and fight with simple task. All I'm trying to do is put the pen away. And I'm going to cut this down just so that I can get it to fit in my book. And think about that. So again, using gesso in different ways. Check out M's Scrapbusters for more ideas on this. I'm not it's not my jam. I don't use gesso in a lot of ways, and I hardly ever use it. In fact, like I said at the top of the video, that is my daughter's bottle. I went and snagged it out of her stuff, out of her stash. And I have not used it purely for the, because it's just, I'm not artistic that way, like in the painting, drawing type of way. So I haven't really found a good use for gesso other than, you know, for covering pages and making them, you know, you saw me cut this in half. I could have just left that folded in half and then it became, and used it as a signature page in the center, you know, of a book. And then that gives you two writing surfaces and then figure out how to cover this. Like I said, I liked the log cabin images there. Yeah, see, even it's also why I don't like those pens, because I'm a lefty and I tend to smear stuff before it dries. So week 11 of Melina's. I'm going to make sure I put it in the right spot this time. As I grab the exact same pen out to write with. 3/16/24. That was my middle child's birthday. Okay. And then for Gail's, you have a page trim, and you could do this as a U and make this also a tuck, or you could glue it down, you know, just glue the whole thing down and then it becomes a trim, kind of like this over here does. I am always for more tucks, more pockets. The more the merrier. If you use it, great. If you don't, great. But at least you have the option. If you glue it flat, you no longer have the option. You know, that, I hope that makes sense. Made sense the way I said that. If you only glue the sides, then you always have the option of using it as a tuck or not. If you choose not to, no harm, no foul. It's still a decorative edging on your page. But if you glue it flat forevermore, you have no option as to this being a tuck spot, right? So I can tuck stuff in there now. If I glued it flat, I have no option. So there's that. I'm like, are you going to make me glue you? It's going to stay that. I think it's going to stay. All right. So 2 simple little quick and easy projects. Rounding out week 11. I still need to do work on I got to figure out what I'm going to do for my 100-day project. Times, like I said, I think I'm 5 days behind. Grab a different pen this time. And this was for Saturday the 16th. All right, let's see. Get my phone out, get the pictures taken for the thumbnail. I guess I need Roxy's back out too. All right. So with that, stay tuned, hit the like bell, do all those fun little YouTubey things, and we will catch up with you guys later. Bye.